Hi there and welcome. As you might have been able to guess by the title of this video, I'm going to be going through my Postpartum Caddy and my Diaper Caddy. They really should both be Diaper Caddies since that essentially is what is in both of these. But first I'm going to go through the Diaper Caddy and then I'll go through the Postpartum Caddy. I'm currently almost 36 weeks pregnant. And so I just want to make sure I'm ready to go since my first, she was actually born at 38 weeks. So I want to make sure I've got everything prepared. And with my second, I feel like I've been able to pare down what I've put in both of these kits. So I really just have everything that I need and not anything extra. And so I'm just going to go through and show you what I've got. Okay. So for the Diaper Caddy, I have diapers for both of my kiddos. I've already been using this with my oldest, so I only have one diaper, but I've got diapers for her, and then I have newborn diapers in the different section. And then in this bigger section is where I house most of the smaller items and pieces. Oh, and I meant to mention, we love the Huggies brand. My newborn diapers I have in here are Pampers, and don't love these as much, but we had a bunch of extra and we don't want those to go to waste. So my plan is to use up as many of the Pampers as we can and then move into Huggies. We get our diapers from Sam's Club, and it's nice to just get a huge box and it's a little more cost effective. Okay, and this other side I have wipes. Use Huggies as well. We had the water wipes and I didn't really notice a difference between them. Didn't seem like my daughter had a reaction to the Huggies, so we're gonna just stick with the Huggies for both of them. And if we need to switch it up for the newborn, we will do so. I have lotion in here. My oldest, she would get rashy sometimes and had eczema, so it was nice to have lotion in the caddy in case you noticed that while you were changing their diaper or while you were downstairs and away from lotion that you might have in the nursery. The next step is this A&D cream. I didn't do much research on diaper rash cream or any ointment. I was actually given a huge tub of it at one of my baby showers for my daughter Josie, and just decided to go with it, and it's worked wonders and done great. I've also heard good things about the Tubby Todd brand. People like that diaper cream. So really just all is your preference. I have this nipple butter in here too. I found that keeping this in the Diaper Caddy was helpful because it was always there and around when I needed it. I would usually feed my daughter, change her diaper, and go from there. And so it was really nice to put on after I fed her, because then I was prepped and ready for the next feeding. Probably the most important item in here besides diapers and wipes, I feel like, and it seems silly, but it's this Bumco butt spatula, I think is what it's called. So really all you do is you take your diaper ointment or rash cream, you put it on the spatula, you wipe it all over their little tush, and then you don't have it all over your hands. So it's really nice it helps you get into all their little tiny rolls and make sure that they are all nice and ointment up so that you can avoid diaper rashes as best as possible. I think it's pretty impossible to completely avoid diaper rashes. It doesn't matter, how good you are about lathering it on. I think that all little tiny babies are susceptible to diaper rashes, but having this in here for when they get a rash or trying to prevent it is really nice. Also, the first few times that they go to the bathroom, like right after they're born, their bowel movements are like super sticky and get stuck to their bottom. So this time I'm going to try and put the ointment on our new baby right away, so that when we are changing like their first few diapers, I'm hoping that like we'll be able to wipe things away easier. I felt like with Josie, we were like wiping her bottom like raw, trying to get all the stuff off. So I'm hoping that that helps with that problem. Okay, and then the next things I have in here are for just the newborn. I have a burp cloth, and we got it on major sale since they're going out of business. We also really have liked cloth diapers and using those as burp cloths. I feel like they're super thin. You can like toss them in anything. They wash really nice. And I still use them with Josie now as like to wipe her face after she eats and different stuff like that. But yeah, keep these in here because babies are prone to spitting up, and you can just use it for anything to wipe down. And then one thing I've really liked having was an extra set of clothes. I can't believe how tiny this little outfit is. But having an extra set of clothes in the diaper caddy is nice, because then you're not having to run up to the nursery or wherever you're keeping your clothes if they were to have a blowout or spit up all over themselves. You can just change them real nice and quick there. Some things that I could see that get added to this caddy. I kept a hoka, so when I was breastfeeding, I could catch the milk on the other side. I would sometimes keep one in here so I was ready to go. I also will keep probably like a big beach towel, which seems excessive, but it's nice to spread that out over wherever you're changing the baby. I don't have like a changing like station on my main floor. I would just put this big beach towel over our ottoman and then lay the baby on the ottoman and change. And so like if they were to go to the bathroom or to spit up or whatever, what have you, it would get on the towel and not your furniture. I also like to keep the towel there for when I breastfeed, because I was an overproducer, so I'm assuming it will be the same way with my next baby. And so when I would breastfeed, I would leak a lot, and Josie, when she would eat, she would leak a lot. And so I'm not like one of those people who can just, you know, pull down their top and like have the nice breastfeeding and pumping bras, because it would like get all over it and I'd have to change anyways. So if I'm an overproducer like that again, the towel will be really helpful. I'm hoping that I can put some of the breastfeeding like pads in here too. So if I'm not as big of an overproducer, I can use those. But with Josie, I just leaked through like everything, so the towel worked out way better. Okay, and so that is everything in my diaper caddy so far. Like I mentioned before, I would have to fill this back up with my daughter's diapers, but this is what I keep on the main floor, and I just pay attention to when it gets low and I restock it. I also will take this and put this in like my bedroom, which we're in right now, at night, so that I don't have to make up like a third diaper caddy. Since there's already stuff up here for both of my kiddos, then I just bring this one up so when the baby's sleeping in here, when they're really itty bitty, I have everything to go right here. And then when we wake up and move downstairs in the morning, I just can easily pick it up and take it with us. Also, this bag I found on Amazon, and I actually loved it so much. This is the second one I ordered. So Josie has the first one in her bedroom, and then this is the second one. Okay, so moving on to my diaper caddy, or as you might know it as your postpartum kit. I'm going to show you everything that I have ready to go for just all of the different postpartum like needs and cleanup and all of that kind of stuff. I was super naive to the process and I guess the recovery after having a child. I felt like you prepare and you talk and you get ready for your newborn and you get a nursery ready and you do all of these different things, but you kind of like neglect thinking about yourself, really. And I started really thinking about it like the third trimester as we got closer and closer to delivery, and I took a birthing class and we did a tour of the hospital, and they started to mention like all these different things. And so I was like, maybe I need to look into it and see what would work. And then I started talking, to my mom, and then all of a sudden your whole world is kind of blown up and you learn about all these different things that you need. And so I felt like I had an overabundance of items for Josie, and my recovery I was actually really, really blessed. Like my labor, my delivery, the birth process, it was super nice. I did tear, but it was like overall like a really great experience. And so I didn't use everything I thought I would use, but there are definitely things that I'm super glad that I had. One thing I do want to say is that your hospital, at least my hospital, had like everything I needed. So I am not going to bring any of this stuff with me to the hospital. I'm also not going to bring like baby diapers and wipes and things. I probably will bring the diaper rash ointment just so we can, like I mentioned, we can try and avoid some of those first really sticky diaper changes. But like the hospital has everything, and then you can take a ton home, at least from my hospital. I came home with like a bunch of Huggies newborn diapers and a bunch of things for myself, and so just keep that in mind. You don't need a ton, and a lot of times like you're paying for a lot of that stuff when you deliver a baby anyways. So take it home, empty out the drawers. The nurses were great and told us to do that. Long story longer, not bringing any of this stuff because they have a bunch of it at the hospital. But this is what I have for when we come home. So first of all, I have these always discreet diapers, underwear, I guess. These are really, really nice because they're not like thick, easy to put on, easy to throw away. You bleed a lot, and so this just helps with that. I didn't have a problem with the mesh underwear from the hospital. I know a lot of people, they think it's like super uncomfortable. It really didn't bother me, and I like to think that I'm pretty picky, but it worked, and so I just kept using that while I was at the hospital. If you are worried about that, maybe you can put a couple of these in your hospital bag when you're going to deliver your baby. But these are really nice. I got these at Walmart. I only got 15 because I did not need as many as I was anticipating when I gave birth to Josie. I bought like a huge one from Sam's and then didn't end up using it. So 15 is probably going to be more than enough, I'm hoping. And if not, then you can always go get more. I live 5 minutes away from Walmart, so that's really nice. Okay, and now all of the little tiny things in this postpartum kit. These are like super big pads that I was able to bring home from the hospital, and I just had them left over, so I've kept this caddy stocked in my bathroom closet, anticipating having more children. And these are like a good transition from the diaper to wearing like normal underwear and trying to get back if you're still bleeding a lot. So big pads, and then I also have smaller pads because, just like with your period, you might bleed a ton, and then it eases up and you don't need as much. These ones are kind of thin, so I think I might find like a step between the giant ones and these ones, just in case. And then these, they're a pad too, but these are really cool. It's the Freedom Mom brand. If you've done any sort of like, what should I have in my postpartum kit, or any of that, like postpartum recovery search, guarantee these have come up. The Freedom Mom stuff is everywhere. They even have like a postpartum kit you can buy, and it has like a bunch of different things, but in a small amount. So I think it only has like a couple of these ice pack pads. These are amazing. These are worth every single penny. And it's a pad and an ice pack. It's super, super easy. You just bend it in half, hear it pop, shake it up, and then it's an ice pack and a pad. And in those first few days, when it hurts to sit and it's just like insanely painful, I remember like having to switch from like sitting kind of like on my left side to sitting on my right side because I couldn't sit straight on. These are definitely something that you'll want to have and worth the money. The other Freedom Mom purchase that I made was getting this Perry bottle. I think that's what it's called. And so all you do is when you go into the bathroom, you open it up, fill it up with warm water. I made the mistake of having it cold, and squirting cold water down there was not a pleasant experience. But also you don't want it too hot because that would also hurt. So you fill it up, screw the cap back on, twist it over, and just is like this, and you just squirt it, and it cleans everything out. You're really not allowed to like wipe or, you know, do anything down there, and so this helps make you just feel clean. And it really is like refreshing because everything just hurts, and so it's kind of nice to get down there and to feel a little more normal. Now I will say that the hospital has a bottle like this too, but instead of having the like spout bend this way so it kind of comes back up and so you're squirting it like this, it's just straight on, so you'd have to like, you kind of have to like dig down and squirt it, and so this one's just a little easier to maneuver. I kept this one in the bathroom that I use the most, and they had one from the hospital, and I just kept that one in the other bathroom. You could buy two of these if you have like two bathrooms, like your main floor or upstairs or what have you, to make it a little bit easier. But I just have one kit, and I plan on just kind of going to the bathroom wherever that kit is at. Another thing is this Dermaplast spray. I did not use this a ton. I did not hurt or burn as much as I was anticipating. But I figured I would keep this in there because who knows what's going to happen this time. I really used this like at the beginning, and then as I was healing, this was something that went to the wayside pretty quickly. Tux pads. These are awesome. I bought the Tux brand, but really you can buy just any of the like medicated cooling pads. There's 100 in this one, and it was a 2-pack. So I've got like 200 of these. I was able to bring home like an off-brand one from the hospital that was literally this big, and I barely opened this one because I was able to use everything from the hospital, which is really, really nice. So essentially what you do is you have your ice pack, your pad, you put the Tux pads on top of it. Some people use like a witch hazel and they put cream. I am actually gonna order hemorrhoid cream so I can put that on top of it also. And you just kind of like doctor up your pad so that you can, so you're like constantly getting like a cooling and you're medicating the area. because your body goes through so much, and it's pretty traumatic. And you, not only did you, you know, do this like incredible miracle, but now you have a newborn to take care of while trying to take care of yourself. And so making sure you have this stuff is really important, in my opinion. The last thing I have in here are stool softeners. I actually made my mom go out and get these after I had my first. This didn't even cross my mind until I was at the hospital and they started giving those to me. But the first times that you go to the bathroom after giving birth can be super scary. So this just eases some of that discomfort and the pain and takes away some of that fear. I've even heard some people who will, before their due date, they'll start to take like one of these a day just to prep and get ready for it. I did not do that with my first. I'm not planning on doing that with my second. And one thing that I don't have in here yet that I will be adding, I just don't have it in here yet because we just use it, and so it's in our medicine cabinet, is pain medicine like ibuprofen. Or if you use Tylenol. I'm an ibuprofen girl, so I'll be using that. But being really good about taking the medicine around the clock will really, really help. I was pleasantly surprised with my postpartum recovery and that process, and I'm hoping for another smooth delivery. And like I said, I did tear with my first. I had a 2nd-degree tear. And this is all I used, and it was a good experience, and it was a pretty easy recovery. And so if you are having your first, congratulations. If you're having multiple children and you're just looking for different ideas, I hope this was helpful. Or if you are someone who's hoping to have a baby soon and just getting prepped and ready, I'm just excited for you, thinking of you. I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. I hope that the newborn diaper caddy or the baby diaper caddy was helpful. I hope that the postpartum kit or the mama diaper caddy was helpful for you. If you have any questions, you can leave them in the comments below. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and thank you for being here. Bye.